guys, welcome back. Today's skincare reaction I'm really excited for because I'm a big fan. It's Ashley Graham. It's her Harper's Bazaar, Go to Bed With Me. You guys know I love this series on YouTube. And I obviously always leave a link to the original video in the description box. I always recommend you guys check it out, but I always know that you guys have already watched a lot of these videos because you tell me I need to watch them. So with that said, let's get started with Ashley Graham.
Okay, it's time to get unready with me. Today I am taking off my makeup for you, and then I'm gonna walk you through my nightly routine before I go to bed. And I would say that it's about a 8 to 10 step process. I don't want to lie to you because I've actually never counted, because who counts unless if they only have 3. I have a combination skin type. It's a little bit oily, a little bit dry. I get a little dry around my nose, a little oily here. Sometimes I get dry on my chin, and I would say that my cheeks are combination 100%. Just kind of depends on what is happening with the weather. If it's summertime, we're oily. If it's a wintertime, we're dry. So I always kind of am changing my products around. First and foremost, we peel back the hair, and I love these because I'm all about recycling my hair. I hate washing my hair, so if I can leave my hair for 2 to 3 days, I'm gonna do it. When I'm sleeping, I don't put my hair up because then I have already so much volume on the top of my head, then I look like a cone head. So I always go back with it. It's just something I've learned about myself. Then we're gonna take off my makeup because I have a beautiful beat. This is one of the worst parts of it because I always hate taking off my makeup because I'm always like, girl, you look so good.
8 to 10 products, totally fine. It's a little bit of an extra routine. Do you need 8 to 10 products? Absolutely not. Is it bad? Not necessarily, we're gonna see. I agree, I'd like to recycle my hair too. You guys know I can try to push my hair. I try to push it like 5 days without washing it because I like for my hair to just look good. It's like, I'm not lazy with my skin, I'm lazy with my hair. That's where I like make up for it. Glad she's pulling her hair back. Looks like she's gonna leave her jewelry on, which we all know means that she's not gonna really get this entire area, but we'll see. But I just love her. And I'm happy she just announced her pregnancy not too long ago. I mean, not just, I guess she's been like fully pregnant for a little bit. And I'm about to pop mine out. I might actually have a baby by the time you guys see this video.
Here we go. So I like to use Bioderma. It's a classic. I actually found it in Paris when I was working there with some makeup artists, and being able to work in the fashion industry, I feel like I've gotten some insider tips on a lot of things, but the more I talk to people, the more I realize that a lot of people know about Bioderma. So it's not as secretive as I thought it was. I don't care how intoxicated you are on what, you better wash your face at night. At least get the makeup off. If you forget the moisturizer, so what? Get the makeup off. It's very important. As you can see, I have a lot of makeup on. We're gonna wash.
Okay, you guys know, I don't think that micellar water is as bad as a first cleanse as makeup wipes, but I always tell you guys to be gentle. So, you know, she was kind of being like in the middle. Like she wasn't being like rough with her skin. Whenever I see somebody washing like their first cleanse, I'm curious to see what her next cleanse is. And like she's even saying, like, if there's anything you do, it's that. So that tells me that sometimes at night, if she's really exhausted, that might be the only step. And that's when I'm like, no, don't do that. Micellar water is essentially soapy water. Some of them have nice ingredients like glycerin and stuff in there to like hydrate your skin too and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's just a soapy water, and you wouldn't leave soap on your face and go to bed, right? So it's the same thing. It's like, even though you got the makeup off, which we all know doesn't truly always get all your makeup off, you can't skip that moisturizer though. Come on, Ashley. I get what you're saying. I get what she's saying. Get your makeup off. But I'm very neutral when it comes to the micellar water because I know not everybody can use an oil balm as their first cleanse. So I try to stay neutral as long as you're gonna wash it off. And I'll also throw out there, I think of the micellar waters, Bioderma is the OG. It's probably one of the better ones. It has a shorter list of ingredients. It's nice. I feel like it's really gentle on your skin.
Our actual face, I like to use Skin Medica. This is just like a really clean cleanser. It's almost gone. So now I like to use these.
You know, it's funny, it's right, like we saw her skin after the micellar water and it didn't look as like fresh and clean, and now it looks really clean. Like now I know she's got her makeup off. Pat your skin dry when you use a towel, don't rub it. It's just one of those things I throw out there. Be more gentle. I'm always like, treat your skin like it's a baby, right?
Therapy wipes, and I got them from my dermatologist. Her name is amazing Dr. Cherie Idris. There's ones that have hydrogen in it, but I don't have that because it has a skin whitening in it, and I don't necessarily want to whiten my skin or take my freckles away. That's the biggest thing. I just always want to have the pigmentation not start to form together. I don't want to have to deal with hyperpigmentation, but I like to keep my freckles. And then we dry it. But I don't actually just sit there and dry it. What I do in the meantime is brush my teeth with my favorite toothpaste.
All right, so she was talking about hydroquinone, which does lighten your skin. I actually find that hydroquinone doesn't necessarily get rid of your freckles. If it did get rid of any freckles, it's because it was hyperpigmentation. That said, I get it. You don't need to use hydroquinone though. It's a very strong ingredient. So she doesn't need the hydroquinone. I'm just throwing that out there. It's not necessarily there to remove your freckles. I couldn't find the exact product she was using. I could only find the hydroquinone ones. So I'm just gonna assume it's some kind of like a chemical exfoliator, which you guys know I love. And you know, she called it wipes. And it actually made me think of something, and that's that sometimes you guys will message me and say like, are these types of wipes okay for your skin? And the reason why I think a wipe like that is different than say a makeup wipe is, one, you're not trying to remove all your makeup. So you're not like going in there and tugging like your mascara and your eyeliner and stuff like that with it. It's essentially just a pre-soaked cotton pad, and you're just swiping it onto your skin. You're getting it onto your skin. You're not necessarily trying to remove. And that's kind of the bigger difference, is you're like putting on, you're not removing. And so you shouldn't be rough. So if you find that you're being rough with any kind of wipe, no matter what, try not to be rough. But that's a whole different thing. And you guys know that I love a good chemical exfoliant, and I'm assuming that's what that is. And you know, her doctor gave it to her, so I'm not gonna question that. She's about to go into her toothpaste. That's not really part of the skincare routine, so I'm just gonna let her go by with her Coconut Bright coconut oil toothpaste. Do I have as much to say about coconut oil in your toothpaste? Not as much, because truly, it's not the same thing. There's nothing, you're not breaking out in your mouth. I hope you're not. But so I'm not gonna really have anything to say about this. So I'll let this play and then get into her next product.
Cocoa Bright by IntelliWhite. Cocoa Bright by IntelliWhite. And I'll be honest, I usually use an electronic toothbrush, but I forgot it. So after the pads, I go.
Actually though, she did make me think of something. You don't need to let your products necessarily dry between application, like between her chemical exfoliant, that I'm assuming it's a chemical exfoliant, and then her next step, she actually brushes her teeth between to let it dry. You don't have to let it dry. I mean, it kind of depends. Like if your doctor said to let it dry, then that's fine. But I actually like to get my products on pretty quickly because I don't want to lose that hydration in my skin, because I find that my products work better when my skin is hydrated. That's everybody, right? So you don't want to necessarily let your skin completely just dry.
Go straight into my serum. Here's my serum. It's Bio Serum by Defense Age Skincare. There's so many fancy words now. Can't we just keep it simple, folks? I have, over the years, had to figure out what my skin regimen is, and my mom has always taken pretty good care of her skin. She never wore sunscreen, though. Cardinal rule. You better be wearing sunscreen when you walk out of the house. And make sure to get the necks, ladies. The necks. Make sure to get the neck, okay? But I have taken my beauty system from different people. Either it's people, makeup artists, or my dermatologist, my friends, my mom, and I figured it out for myself because not everybody's skin is the same. So you have to figure it out for yourself, and it's trial and error. Okay, Aquaphor, tried and true.
Agreed. Completely trial and error. And this is why I say things to you guys about like, your skincare routine is very personal. So you're gathering information, right? Like you take the information that I give you, you see somebody else on YouTube, you see your dermatologist, you see an esthetician. you're like taking all of this information and then creating something that works for you. So every time I tell you guys, like even watching these skincare reactions, I say sometimes this works for a person, but does it generally work? No, like just that's information that I'm giving you, and that's really good information because truly at the end of the day, your skincare routine is very personal to you because I don't know what's going on with your skin, and I don't know what actually works and doesn't work for your actual skin. So you're just gathering information. That's truly what you're doing, and it's trial and error. I love that she brought it down to her neck. I personally would love to see her bring it down all the way to that chest, and 100% on the SPF every single day when you step out that door. If you're only gonna be outside for 5 minutes, a dermatologist might kill me for saying this, whatever. I think you need your vitamin D, and 5 minutes is 5 minutes. But like if you're gonna truly be outside, you need to put your SPF on. As far as the serum goes that she put on her face, I was just looking it up. It's like, it's not an amazing serum, I'm gonna say. It's got a lot of silicone in it. Dermatologists, again, this is where we defer, right? Is that they'll say that silicone is totally fine for your skin. I don't personally want my serum to have silicone in it. I'm okay with like a moisturizer having some silicone in it because you might want to like lock in some of that hydration with the silicone, and it'll do that. But what I tend to find is when silicone is used in products like this, it's really to make it feel nice. It's like a nice texture. It feels like it's working well. Silicone can be a very nice carrier too. There's some glycerin in here that hydrates your skin. There's niacinamide. I love niacinamide. I think it's a great ingredient for most people. There's like some fermented ingredients in here. But for the most part, I don't think it's an amazing, like it's kind of one of those, like it's one of those doctor brands where it's like 8 in one it's like 8 serums in one, and it's gonna do so much for your skin. It's pricey, but I don't really know what it's doing besides like truly being like a little bit of like an anti-aging hydrating serum. That's what it is. I mean, she looks great. She's just a beautiful woman though. She's a supermodel.
I use it on my heels and my elbows too, but most importantly, my lips. Eye cream has always been this like really weird thing.
Aquaphor on the lips, on your heels, dry spots, totally fine. That's what it's for. Not fancy, but that's what it's for.
For me, because I'm like, do I need eye cream? Are there wrinkles? Am I using it for discoloration? Am I using it for bags? So now that I'm 31, I'm like, okay, I'm a little, like maybe I look a little tired. Maybe there's like a few little things I wanna do. I found this brand from Tracy Ellis Ross. Thank you, Tracy! And she uses it all the time on her Insta stories. And she's so funny. It's called Retrove or Retrove or Retrove, whichever one you want to say. And they're this cute little company. They're really great. There's not a lot of employees. They're very just personal. So I use their products, and I'm using their eye cream, and I use it all around my eyes because my facialist, Mazia Shaima, she said there's no rule about eye cream. You just use it, and you use it all around your eye. Then I also use this Retrove face moisturizer. You just need a little bit. When I say a little bit, I mean like that much, because it is thick. I mean, it's like thick. It's very rich. It's like, I don't even know. Can you see how my skin is literally turning into just like glistening gorgeousness? Yes. So now that I'm fully moisturized.
All right, so I guess are there rules when it comes to eye cream? First off, that's not an eye cream, that's an eye oil, a hydrator, a concentrate. Revitalizing eye concentrate skin hydrator. First off, it's an oil, so it's not hydrating your skin. I always want to make that clear. It's not bad, right? It's moisturizing your skin, it's softening your skin, but it's not necessarily hydrating your skin. So let's keep that in mind. I bet this stuff works. It's $415. I will point that out. You guys know I'm all about being fancy. I don't mind being fancy, and I'm actually very tempted to try this stuff because the like combination of some of these ingredients sound very good to me. The first ingredient though is squalane. So it's an oil, it's based in oil, which I'd prefer for you guys to use, this could sound strange, I'd prefer for you to use an oil at night as your eye cream versus using something that's like water-based, you know, just because I feel like water can sometimes make you puffy. And if we're already putting all the other stuff on, we're gonna be puffy. And if you guys tell me that you want to stop puffy eyes, and then you're putting more water on your eyes, I just have all these thoughts. So I would actually maybe prefer that you put some squalane in. There's, you know, a fatty acid in here. It's an ester of lanolin. This overall combination of ingredients in here could be really thick for somebody who has oily skin. This is more for somebody, actually I would say this is actually for somebody who's got more mature skin. She threw in that she sees her esthetician. I feel like that's a very important point that a lot of influencers and celebrities don't talk about more, and that's that we see estheticians. Our skin looks amazing, not just because we've got access to amazing skincare and have skincare routines. Our skin looks amazing because we see estheticians, and that is a really huge point. And I sometimes tell people, like, if you want to splurge on something for your skin, splurge on seeing a really good esthetician. And I know you guys are going to ask, like, how do you find a good esthetician? There's so much more that goes into it, but you know, it's like, these people see an esthetician, and that's something that like they gloss over a lot of the time, but she has amazing skin. She looks beautiful. She took all that makeup off and I was like, God, she's still gorgeous. It's so like unfair. She's so pretty. But she sees an esthetician, and then she's using fancy products on top of her skin, and not in a bad way. Like, so far, her whole routine has been very straightforward with fancy products. This has some retinol palmitate in it. Not a strong retinoid, but it is a retinoid. It's an ester. And it's actually kind of higher up on the list too, so I'm willing to bet that this actually does do something as far as anti-aging for her under eye area and her entire eye area. Would I put that entire thing around my eye? I imagine an oil is going to eventually like get into my eyes and really irritate my eyes, so I wouldn't actually put it around my entire eye, not this one. But she probably does see results because it's got that retinol palmitate in it too. You guys like talk about oils like bio oil, for instance. This is a really fancy version of bio oil. Like, that's what I would call this. Like, very, very fancy version of bio oil, but essentially does the same thing as bio oil. So, pro tip. The other one by them, Retrouvé. This has nice ingredients too. Again, it starts off with like the lanolin ester. It's got, let's see, some squalane in it too. It's safflower seed oil, lots of oils. It does have SD alcohol, but I'm willing to bet that's to make it evaporate a little bit so it doesn't feel really, really thick on your skin. There's glycerin in it to hydrate a little bit. That's gonna be a good balance. Shea butter, I love shea butter for my skin. This is definitely for somebody who has drier skin. Again, I think these two products are actually for somebody who's a little bit older, in my opinion. And when I say older, I mean like my age, closer to 40, late 30s, that kind of thing. There's some, you know, like niacinamide. There's some good ingredients. I actually am like tempted to try this. That's $445. Do you need it? Do you need to spend $445 on it? I always point out, not necessarily. Do you want to get fancy? Shoot, this might be a good product. You might like it, but it is an oil-based product, so keep that in mind. And this is more of an oil. It at least calls itself an intensive replenishing facial moisturizer, and I'm positive that that's definitely going to moisturize your skin. It's going to soften and pack in that top layer. This, you guys, if you really had the money, and like if you have the money and you're going to take like a long flight and stuff, this would be the last product I would put on my skin for that long haul flight. This is definitely gonna be like, it has some retinol palmitate in it too. Again, fancy bio oil, but this one's got actually a lot more going on than the bio oil, but the eye concentrate, bio oil, I bet you, just not fancy materials.
And feeling glistening and sexy, we take it off. And I usually moisturize my whole body. I like the Kiehl's because I think it keeps me moisturized, and in the morning if I'm on the go and I don't have time to put on lotion, I don't have to because Kiehl's keeps me hydrated. Usually I don't wear a bra when I'm moisturizing, but you're all here with me today. One of my biggest aha, like I can't believe.
We actually have like a huge tub of that Kiehl's for the body. It's a very nice basic moisturizer for the body especially. I think it's good. Nothing to say about that.
If you weren't doing that before was when I walked into Dr. Idris's office and I wasn't using vitamin C serum. She looked at me like I had a third eye. So now, as a part of my morning routine, I use vitamin C serum, and it's just like this, it's like a tried and true brand too that everybody knows. That one. And you just drop, I don't want to waste it, but because I've got all my creams on. But yes, this is very good vitamin C. Had no idea that it was very important. So I get my eyelashes.
SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic, one of the OGs, the first vitamin C I used that like really got me into that game, like really sold me on vitamin C's. It's a good one. It's a good go-to. It is pricey, but it works. And I think we just all know it works. Dermatologists are always recommending it. Fun fact, the E and the ferulic are actually in there to stabilize that vitamin C. You get some skincare benefits from those two, those antioxidants, but they're there to help stabilize that vitamin C, and that's partially why it's such a good vitamin C. It's fat soluble. It's just a really good one. I'm glad that, you know, we don't get to see who uses vitamin C since we're usually seeing the nighttime routines. So I'm glad that she pointed that out.
Permed, and I get them done at Jasmine Amani. She's so sweet and so cute, and she gives me this coconut oil to put on my lashes at night to keep them hydrated, which I had no idea that you should even be hydrating your lashes. What? But you just take it and you brush it on the top part, and it literally just keeps your lashes moisturized. Again, had no idea that you needed to moisturize your eyelashes. Very simple, very easy. Then,
so she gets like a lash lift done. You guys have seen us do like lash lift on the SAS and stuff. It really is like essentially a perm for your lashes. I don't mind a coconut oil on your lashes. And it's true. It's like, especially if you're doing some kind of a chemical treatment to your lashes, it's hair. It's essentially hair. We condition our hair, same with our lashes, but you could use whatever. You could use coconut oil, as long as you're not putting it all over. You can use the coconut oil, you can use castor oil, you can use any of those kinds of things for your actual lashes because it's different. It's not your skin.
We do a little Mario Badescu for the blemishes. If you don't know about Mario, you know now. And it just dries your zits. I've got a big one right there, which I think is a very strange place to have it, but whatever, you can't control acne. And then there's one right there too. So my last, but definitely not
good go-to spot treatment. Again, we always have that debate, right? Do you apply it before all your moisturizers and stuff or after? Totally up to you.
Least product is my Ollie vitamins, and there's two different ones that I take at night. Undeniable Beauty for my complexion, hair, nails, and skin. It's amazing. I've definitely seen the claws grow out perfectly and the hair so thick and lustrous. And then I take the Sleep as well, and it has melatonin in it, which our body's already producing. I take 2 of these when I'm in bed with the night mask about to come over my eyes, and I fall right asleep. I don't wake up for 7 hours. They're amazing. And that's it. We've taken it all off. I am completely naked with hydration running all over me. I still do have to hydrate my legs, but that'll be later. And thank you for joining me. I hope that some of my products work for you.
I mean, I think we've seen the melatonin gummies enough to make me curious about them. I do poorly with melatonin, so I always tell people that. The hydration, dripping in hydration, she's dripping in moisturization, not hydration. Think of hydrators as water, think of moisture as like it's literally a cream. It's like occlusive, it's to pack it all in. It's like a sealant is what a good way to think of moisturizer. I'm not gonna change her routine. I actually think she's totally fine. She did everything right order. She uses really nice products. I think they're totally fine for her. She sees an esthetician on a regular basis. She has beautiful skin. I really don't have much to say about her skincare routine. I loved her necklaces. I wish she'd take them off and then really get in there. But it sounds like, all these things, it's like we're seeing stuff on video and stuff. So it's like we're not seeing the true whatever it is that they do at night when there aren't any cameras rolling. Like she said, she has her bra off usually and stuff. I'm not mad at that. Like I think you should be getting everything when you're putting on skincare, because why not? You have to take care of all of your skin, right? So go for it. So that was Ashley Graham. I thoroughly enjoy just watching her. She's just kind of, She's just so cute. She's beautiful, and she seems like somebody I'd want to be friends with, to be completely honest. So anyway, tell me in the comments what you guys thought. Did I leave anything out? I don't think I did. I'm probably sitting at home taking care of a little baby at this point, because the cravings are real. Anyway, but you guys can still find me on Instagram. I'll be active on Instagram for sure, and definitely in our private Facebook group. There's gonna be a link below in the description box. And until then, I guess I will see you guys and talk to you guys later.